Local breaking news. This is WYFF News 4 at 6 in high definition.
Tonight on WYFF News 4 at 6, several hospitals are being penalized by Medicare. We have that list.
Also tonight, state-by-state breakdown of police fatalities, those killed in the line of duty. See where the Carolinas and Georgia rank. And
community leaders gathered at City Hall this afternoon. This in response to the autistic man shocked with a taser before being arrested.
First, breaking news in Lawrence County.
A body was found just before 4 this afternoon. The sheriff's office responded to Barrel Stave Road. Deputies say SLED and Hazmat are also on the scene because of a material found near the body. We have not been told what that material is.
However, authorities say there's no threat to the public and no foul play is suspected. We do have a crew headed to the scene. To get more information, we'll update you on WYFF4.com and tonight on WYFF News 4 at 11.
The attorney representing the driver charged in a collision with a state trooper says his client is not at fault.
The wreck happened during a high-speed chase at Rutherford Road and North Pleasantburg Drive in Greenville. 22-year-old Taylor Miller died in the crash. WYFF News 4's Ashley Swan sat down with the driver and her attorney today.
Nigel, Lauren Rowe is facing serious charges for the crash that killed her best friend. According to the Highway Patrol, Rowe hit a trooper's car as he was chasing another vehicle. But Rowe's attorney says there is much more to the story.
An emotional Lauren Rowe sat down with us exclusively Tuesday and allowed her attorney to speak on her behalf.
She's in shock. She's distraught.
Like all who knew Taylor Miller, Rowe is in mourning over his death. But unlike Miller's other friends and family, Rowe is charged in the crash that took the 22-year-old's life.
This is not a case of a stranger hitting someone. This is a case of one of her best friends. This is the guy that she spent most of her weeks with.
Rowe is charged with felony DUI and failure to yield to an emergency vehicle. Her SUV collided with a state trooper here at the intersection of North Pleasantburg Drive and Rutherford Road just after midnight Friday.
She was going from one home to another to deliver a Christmas gift to a friend of hers.
The Highway Patrol says Rowe hit the patrolman as he was pursuing another vehicle. He was one of 2 troopers chasing after a suspect who officials say attempted to run them over at a nearby DUI checkpoint. Rowe's attorney says she is not responsible for the crash that killed her friend.
I'm interested in seeing some evidence from the state that would convince me, more importantly a jury, that my client was guilty of felony DUI. She was not doing anything wrong. She was driving through a green light and an accident occurred.
The Highway Patrol tells me the troopers involved are still on active duty. The Greenville Sheriff's Office is handling the investigation into the crash. Nigel?
Ashley, thank you. And we are in touch with Taylor Miller's family. Today, his aunt asked us to share a statement she shared on her Facebook page dedicated to him. It says, quote, "Enough hurt is going on by his loss. We want you to trust that we are being patient just as you are, and it's not a simple process. To lash out in anger is not going to bring him back. There was never any intent on anyone to harm him." End quote. The family says funeral arrangements are still pending.
A news conference was held this afternoon on the arrest and tasing of an autistic man on Christmas Eve. This is cell phone video shot by a neighbor. Greenville police say they tried to question 34-year-old Tario Anderson about shots fired near Sullivan and Burn Streets, but they say he ran away. His mother says Tario didn't understand what was going on. Police Chief Ken Miller says he has launched dual investigations into the arrest and charges are being dropped against Tario. But some community leaders say that's not enough.
Need to suspend them right now without pay. You know, that's the bottom line. When it comes to this child, and he is a child, laying on the ground, naked, handcuffed, and you heard the tape. He's calling for his mama.
Chief Miller was at the conference this afternoon. He says the department disputes some of the details Tario's family is reporting about that arrest, but he is open to a dialogue with the family.
The number of law enforcement officers killed by guns went up dramatically this year, according to a new report. WYFF News 4's Gabrielle Komorowski is here with the numbers. Gabby.
Well, Nigel, the report was compiled by the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund. They put out this report every year. This year, nationwide, 50 officers were killed by firearms compared to 32 officers in 2013. In all, the total number of law enforcement officers killed this year in the line of duty went up 24% from 102 to 126. And the numbers went up in parts of our area, too. Georgia lost 5 officers in 2014 compared to 3 last year. South Carolina lost 4 officers this year compared to 2 last year. However, the stats stayed the same in North Carolina, where 2 officers were killed in the line of duty this year and also in 2013. Preliminary data shows the officers in our 3 states died from being shot and killed while responding to a call, car crashes, and also medical emergencies. The CEO of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund said the most troubling statistic of all, though, is that 15 officers were killed in ambush-style attacks this year, and that is the highest total they've seen since 1995.
Words matter, and I think we've all got to be very careful. We've got to tone down the rhetoric. I think enough is enough. Let's work together. Let's rally around law enforcement and rally against lawlessness. I think that's something we can all agree on.
And while the number of on-duty police deaths is up this year from last year, the total number of 126 is still lower than the average for the last decade, which was 151. Carol.
Thanks, Gabby. In Union County, a man faces murder charges in the death of his father. Deputies responded to Alfred Grove Road in Jonesville early this morning. They found Darrell Edwards Sr. had been shot in the head. The sheriff's office says he was taken to the hospital but died from his injuries. His son, Alan Edwards, was arrested. He is charged with murder.
Some upstate hospitals are being penalized for having a high rate of medical mistakes. Medicare has released a list of top hospitals. WYFF News 4's Tim Waller is here to tell us who they are. Tim.
Well, 4 of these hospitals are in the upstate, Nigel. 1 is in western North Carolina. All of them will have their Medicare payments reduced by 1%, which translates to a lot of money. It's for having high rates of hospital-acquired conditions, things like infections and blood clots. These hospitals include Spartanburg Regional Medical Center that had an HAC score of 8. A perfect score in this case would be 0. Baptist Easley with a score of 7. Oconee Memorial Hospital in Seneca, which is a GHS hospital, made the list with a score of almost 8. And Novant Health Gaffney Medical Center with an HAC score of just above 8. Rutherford Hospital in western North Carolina is also on the list with a score of 8.6. Now, this response today from the South Carolina Hospital Association. The data released by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services provides an imperfect snapshot of patient safety because it only pertains to patients covered by Medicare. The group went on to say South Carolina hospitals are steadily working to identify and prevent these hospital-acquired conditions. We have also reached out to the hospitals on this list. 1 so far had no comment, and we're still awaiting responses from 4 others, which we will post on WYFF4.com. By the way, these reductions in Medicare payments are expected to cost each hospital $1 to $2 million per year.